Welcome to Real Reviews, where we take a look at major Hollywood releases and let you know if they're worth your time, money, and patience. I'm your host, Walter Benaziak. Today we're changing things up and highlighting one of Governor State's very own student productions. The name of the production? A Beautiful View of Nothing. Joining us for the discussion is the cinematographer, editor, and producer of the film, Kimberly Brown. A Beautiful View of Nothing is an independent short film directed by Blake Labriola and written by author David W. Pedersen. The film was shot on a zero budget, relying on the kindness of others, peanut butter sandwiches, and inflatable mattresses. The movie follows Moses Beale, who lives in a world with a limited timeline. When his friends, family, and coworkers all start to literally disappear, he is left questioning the purpose of spending the remainder of his days alone. Can Moses achieve a lifetime of meaning within 5 days? Or is he destined to fade away like most of those who surround him? That question and more, all addressed in A Beautiful View of Nothing. So Kim, how did this concept surface, and what about it interested you enough to make it into a film?
Well, the concept was, it was obviously Dave's idea.
The writer.
So, yeah. We had started working on a short film, which kind of blossomed into a feature film, and then that didn't happen, so we decided to dial it back, and Dave came up with this as an alternative. So this is kind of the alternative short film, and the basic idea was these little vignettes, and that was really appealing to shoot. Just these little moments of somebody's life, and that's kind of why I like it. Not to mention the fact that Dave wrote it. I mean, that's appealing to me.
Right. Okay, so you're the cinematographer, you're the editor, you were a co-producer on the film as well. So with all those jobs, on one person, on a few people actually, what was it like for you? What was your experience throughout the film?
It was a lot of work, but it was a lot of fun. It was kind of the first time that I've made a short film seriously in the producer role and in the editor role. And it was interesting to really work on a film from pre-production, from the script had just been written all the way to final delivery.
So what was it like seeing the finished product then after all your hard work?
Nerve-wracking. We had our first showing actually recently, first screening, and it was the first time that I think I had seen the entire film with all the color in it. And even though I did all the color grading, it was to see it with the color and the sound, and even though I've seen it, like 1,000 times by this point, it really felt like a different film to see it complete.
Right, so you see it from a different person's perspective, basically.
Yeah, it was nice to take a few days away from it and then go back and see the finished product.
So showing it in front of a lot of people, was that like nerve-wracking for you, or what was it like showing it for the first time?
I was definitely nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's you want to you just hope that it's going to be received very well, and I think it was. I think that the audience enjoyed it, and that's the entire purpose. What good is a film if the audience doesn't get it? And I think they got it, and that was a concern for us. So, that's what it was like.
So the movie is sort of going backwards. Goes from, I believe it starts on day 5 and then goes down to day 1. Yeah. What were some of the challenges with that, trying to keep it coherent for the audience to understand it? Because it could be easily misconstrued.
Absolutely, and we actually re-edited it. In the script, it was a little more nonlinear, and then by the end of editing, we had decided that it was just going to be more of a countdown than this nonlinear format that it had before. So it's working its way backwards, and there was definitely the concern that the audience wouldn't be able to follow it. Even though we were able to follow it in the script, when you read the script, it plays differently when you're watching a movie. So we had to kind of rework it a little bit. It was a little challenging there, and that's what we were most nervous about when we showed the film for the first time. But we didn't have any, hey, wait, what just happened?
People.
Yeah, everybody seemed to understand it, and that was felt like a real accomplishment.
Okay. Well, with all your different jobs on the film, what was your favorite part of the process?
Probably cinematography.
You like cinematography the best?
I do. I like the environment. I like being on set. I like the kind of the feeling of being on set. The people, everybody is there, and they're all working to the same end, and it really feels like a team effort. And that's what I really like about it. Plus, it gives me time constraints, which I can definitely use.
Because once you get into post, since you were editing it, I mean, that's sort of a longer process, right?
Yes. It took us a few months. We were working at night, and we would work for at least several hours a week, editing and coloring and working on sound. We did take a little bit of a break right after production wrapped, but it was a long process, and I get really, really picky because I want it to look as good as it can, because so many people came together to make this film. I don't want to disappoint them by not putting in the time on the edit.
Right. So next up for this film is going to be some film festivals.
Yeah.
Why don't you talk a little bit about that Kickstarter you raised, I believe?
Yeah. We had a Kickstarter campaign. We raised about $900 for film festival fees. And since film festivals are on average like $30 to $60 per submission, we definitely couldn't do it without the help of our friends and our family, and even complete strangers who just saw it and liked it enough to donate to the Kickstarter. And so we're going to be submitting to a number of film festivals. We kind of have a strategy. We're going to submit to local ones. We're also going to submit to national ones. But it's all going to be based on which ones we think fit best for the film.
Okay, great. I think we have a clip from the film here. Do you want to introduce it a little bit?
This is a scene where the main character, Moses, comes across a street performer. So,
okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look at this clip from A Beautiful View of Nothing. What was it like dealing with the music in the film? I know Dave wrote some of the music and everything. I think it's a really powerful part of it. So.
Yeah. Dave actually found this song for the accordion street performer.
Street performer.
Yeah, and it actually comes up later on in the film too. He's really the one who's behind the sound on this film. The entire thing, he recorded sound on set, and he wrote music. He found a friend of his to record music, and really, I think he would answer that question better. But when we first, I would come home and he would have a piece of music written, and it was just always interesting to see this edit that I had done or that we had worked on, and then see music underneath it that was written for it. It really changes it completely, because I was watching all of it as I was editing. It was silent, or it had just no words spoken, no dialogue, and then to see music underneath it, bringing it all together, it really made it come to life. So.
Okay, great. So this is our last question here.
Okay.
A little lightning round. You ready?
All right.
Give me your favorite movie.
Jaws.
Jaws. All right, that's a good one. Okay, well, that concludes our interview. I'd like to thank Kim Brown for talking with us today about this very unique student short film. Look out for A Beautiful View of Nothing at film festivals in the coming months. Remember, if it's not reviewed here, it just isn't real. I'm Walter Bernasiak, and I will see you at the movies.